Hello and welcome. I'm Master Lama Rasaji, and this is our Friday edition of Rasaji Speaks. It's also our Shangri-La version, and it's not too late to sign up for live training today at 1 o'clock uh, Eastern Time. You can go to thecircleachieve.com and you can choose the membership that is good for you, or you can use the link of the person who told you about this video or has given you a link already to the website, right? Today's topic is death urge and what is its remedy? What is death urge? I'm doing a credible book right now called The Operational Manual of the Human Body with Dr. Beth Dolan, who is a physician in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Just phenomenal. She's also a certified instructor with our organization, has been with us a little better than 4 years now. We decided to do this joint book effort. So I'll scratch the surface today, and then you'll want to get a copy of this book when it comes out, because chapter 11 or 12 will be totally focused on this subject and in great detail. We're basically born with two switches in our body. One's a real pro-life switch, and the other one is kind of a woe is me switch. You ever wonder where the root of negativity that people manifest really comes from? Some people can say, well, it was the household that they were brought up in. They probably would be partially right. They might say it's the environment that they live in. Well, they'd probably be partially right, right? They might say it's has to do with their incapability of thinking negative thoughts. Now, that's a new malady that a lot of stars are pushing around today, that you can't control how you think. Did you know that? That's a real common growing malady now. But at the root of that, they too would be partially right. But it's not the core of negativity. And when you take those three situations, you could say law of attraction rules. It's a dominant law of the creator. We attract like consciousness. Before it was called law of attraction, it was called law of homogeneous species. Think about it. It's very interesting, right? In other words, what we spend our time thinking about and speaking about starts to show up in our life. But if we're a total victim, or even sometimes a victim for a little bit, it's fine. I just recently lost my mom and my sister within 36 hours apart. And as advanced as I am, and I can safely say that I am, even though I know I got a lot of work still to do, after 57 years of training and 42 years of instruction, death urge even impacted me. The difference is it impacted me for about 4 to 6 weeks. That was it. Most people, it's 4 to 6 months or 4 to 6 years. And some people, they never get over it. What do I mean by that? Well, when you lose something like a marriage, like a job, you could look at it, it's the death of that relationship. You could say it's the death of your employment. It manifests, it triggers a psychic entity within us called death. Now, the reason I got this background today, this is ancient India, right? You see a Muslim mosque in the background or a Hindu shrine. And this is part of the Ganges where women go wash their clothes, but city yoga masters might go and daily bathe before sunrise here in the morning. That's right. Very common practice, been going on for thousands and thousands of years. You see, death urge is this thinking, this concept that there is a force outside of you greater than you that can take your hiney out at any time, in any place, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Chime in if you've experienced death urge recently or you've seen it impact people in your life. It can ruin relationships. It can ruin opportunities. It can even ruin an investment that you're in the process of doing. The point is that you have this energy body that we talk about when you're healthy. It's 7 feet in all directions, centered in the sternum itself. It's called the light center. Some people call it the Christ light center. Metaphysical Christian definitely would. Jesus said, believe unto the Christ, and out of your belly would flow waters of living life. Somebody's processing death urge. That's like the last thing that is happening to them. They create that light center as like a black hole in space. Lamaji refers to it as the Mozart syndrome. If you know a story about Amadeus Mozart, you know, practically he just willed himself to die over a period of years because when he looked in the mirror, he didn't see the greatness that everyone else saw in him. Janis Joplin, same way. Jimi Hendrix, the same way. Elvis Presley, the same way, right? Do you know anybody else you could put and say that name? When they looked in the mirror, they didn't see what everyone else saw. And then one of the songs that was played at my mom and sister's funeral recently was How Great Thou Art. And they saw anything but greatness in themselves. They saw the other. And so they either get hell bent on taking that out on somebody, and that's a form of manic depression, or they might decide to turn it in on themselves, a more yin, passive form of depression. Or they might manifest that in bipolar Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde syndrome. Know anybody like that? Death urge, death urge. In India, they call the Lord of Death Yama, 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 Lord of Death. But in India, the word for energy is called prana, as in pranayama, which is the key of how we overcome death. Pranayama, life over death. Jesus said the last thing to overcome would be death. Wow, you know, a picture, right, is worth 1,000 words. He said the last thing to overcome would be death. Isn't that amazing? And that's exactly. He also said, make death your servant and make it your footstool. Right? That Christ light praying without ceasing, which means a lot, spending time with fire, and spending time with the life force is what the circle of chi is all about. As we say in the Far East, Baraka Bashad, may the blessings be to you and to your glorious family. Talk to you real soon. God bless.